What's going on, everybody? We are a few minutes late, and sorry about that. And this is the Disney News Weekly Recap from the Detroit Disney Duo, and it is today is July the 5th. Happy 4th of July. Belated 4th of July. That's right. Yesterday was the 4th of July. Today is the 5th. Everybody's probably recovering, waking up, trying to make sure that they're trying to put everything back together after all the exploding fireworks. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's a hot one this last week. uh 90 degrees outside. It's supposed to be like 93 today. Scorcher. I heard people were barbecuing with temperatures of 100 or more in places like Arizona and whatnot. So yeah, stay safe and stay cool. That's the plan. So there is lots of news out there in Disney world and the Disney realm of the Disney bubble. I don't know what we should call it, the Disney bubble. Maybe that's or the Disney realm or the Disney world. Anyways, yeah, so let's kind of start to dive in. First, before we get all started, here's some administrative things. If you are not a subscriber, we're asking you, please go ahead and subscribe. That way that you get notified when new videos come out. And also when we go live streaming, that you are notified. Subscribe and be a supporter. That's what it takes to help us out. And we really, really appreciate all of our subscribers out there. And thank you for being a subscriber. Um, so, and if you can, go ahead and also mash that like button and help us out that way. So, there's a lot of things that's going on. Let's talk about some great stuff going on. Hamilton is out on Disney Plus. My daughter watched that. She's a Hamilton aficionado. Hamilton, she loves the movie Hamilton. She doesn't just love the movie Hamilton. She knows all of the words to almost all of the Hamilton songs by heart. She can just rattle them off very fast, just like at the same exact speed. She knows them all. It's she's a lyrical genius, memory genius. And she really likes the musical Hamilton. Unfortunately, for those people who were hoping to see Hamilton using the free Disney trial, the 7-day free trial of Disney Plus, that is not available anymore. For you to be able to go ahead and watch Hamilton, you're going to have to actually go ahead and purchase Disney Plus without a free 7-day trial and whatnot. I what I do see in the future, and I think this would be, I don't know if they're going to implement this or not, but I'm just saying this is my opinion. If indeed in the future that Disney Plus, what they I could maybe see them, or maybe not, but if they're going to try to make more money, I could perceive them having movies that, especially if in this time where the movie theaters aren't open, so they could take a movie like Milan, and they could take that movie and they could make it kind of like a pay-per-view um for like a few months, where everybody would have to pay some small amount of money to go watch Milan, for instance. um the new one coming out. Is it Milan? Yeah, what the movie that's coming out this summer? Yeah, so they would have to put it there. It would be like maybe like $5, maybe $9, who knows, and and then you would be able to watch it, or and for during that exclusive time where it would be underneath that exclusive part where they would just charge you that amount of money. Now I'm sure people would probably be like, well, I can wait it out, you know what I'm saying? And so be it. But I'm certain that there's enough people that want to see something immediately right when it comes out, that they might just go ahead and purchase like something like that just to see it immediately, and it being so cheap. I mean, the entire family could view a brand new movie for in their home for really a minimal cost of like, $9 or $5, and in the safeness of their own home, of course. um so that was an actually good that's what's going on with Disney Plus. um Number two is the college program. They've decided to let's go on to the college program. It was announced that the college program in the fall is canceled, and college programs after that are suspended until an indefinite period of time. With Disney having less less crowds, and they may not need the college program at this time. But also, when the college kids come to Disney, getting everybody to travel back and forth and being there, and just the liabilities of the college program and the current pandemic and stuff like that. It may not be in the best interest of Disney to have call back college program kids. Yeah. So I think they're doing the right thing of canceling it for now, even though they're going to try to reopen. I think using um, the local talent, the local people that are there locally, and have them be on board, and kind of keep the college kids safe. I think that's a thing to do. And a lot of kids look forward to the college program, and college some college programs are even on hold, just overall. Some colleges won't be going back to school, and some will. So even though the college program, you won't be able to return in the fall, I'm sure that at a later point in time you'll be able to probably take advantage of the Disney college program, while you're still in college. But I think, does this mean that Disney is going to close down? I doubt it. I think this is just done to keep people safe, and secondly, that they maybe don't need that many more people. Um, Now, what is kind of something that is kind of interesting thing is that the Actors Equity, which is kind of like the actors union of sorts, is has rejected Walt Disney World's safety plan for the coronavirus, meaning that they're, even though that Disney is like, okay, well, what we're going to do is, if you're closer than 6 feet together, that you can wear, we will issue you a face shield. So the Actors Equity, because the cases now are just plummeting up, they're like, I think there were like 11,500 yesterday in Florida alone. um and the Actors Equity is really demanding that they you know put out the opening even later than the 11th. I don't know what's going to really happen. We still have another week, I think, that to go until it's completely open, and they have the cast member preview coming up this on like Tuesday, and then there's going to be a pass holder preview on like the 9th, and then the opening is on the 11th. So will they will Disney, like, on Monday, which is tomorrow, come or the day before, come out and say, "Oh, we're not opening. We're till another time." I don't know that they're going to do that. They have the NBA is already, I believe, on premises practicing. They have the walls up at the Grand Floridian, where they have part of the Grand Floridian is blocked off, because they do have some people at the Grand Floridian that are not part of the NBA, but they're in another part of the Grand Floridian, I guess. And then they have the blocked off NBA part to make it the bubble. Um, I don't foresee Disney closing. Um, and not keeping closed and not opening up. I doubt that that's going to happen. But the equity actors union, they could go on strike, and then they could try to persuade other, like the service workers, the food workers, and stuff like that, to go on strike. I mean, it's only three. If they go on strike, will the 362 union? I think that's their number. Will they go on strike and say we're not crossing the line? We're not going in. So and then will Disney resort to having as they call, scabs? Who knows? It's all up in the air of what exactly happens. We do know that Disneyland, they were very the unions and stuff were successful in prolonging the opening of Disneyland. We'll see. But if it does happen, the NBA will be a little safer, I guess. At and the Major League Soccer, they will have Disney World kind of to themselves, and whatnot. So, you know, um, so let's see here. What else? The NBA is the bubble. They're still kind of concerned because the workers that are going to be working with the NBA are not going to be required to stay inside of the bubble for 30 days, meaning that or however long that they're going to be there. That means that the workers are going to be going to be going back and forth outside of the bubble, going home, coming back, and then they're concerned, and I can understand the concern. I don't, even though they're going to be doing the player's going to be probably taking COVID tests, and the player, and then the workers may not have to be subjected to that. Maybe just at the most a temperature check, self screens and stuff like that, and they're still going to be coming in and out of the NBA bubble, as they say. So that's going to be interesting how that works out. Hopefully they don't have a worker that has the virus, and that is gets into the bubble. That would be, I don't know what would happen then. Would the NBA really get really upset with Walt Disney World? Or, I mean, because there are some already players that have the virus, and they could be affecting their team. Of course, they're not playing and they're not around the team, but I mean, they're missing out players. It might be some key players that the teams need in this crucial time, because they're going to have like a tournament that's only a short amount of time versus the whole entire season. So this is going to be very interesting. So there was a snafu. Disney World had a snafu. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's right. Walt Disney World is now fixing that snafu. What happened earlier this week was that people that were on the monthly installment payment plan, usually most of those people live in Florida, Florida residents that are able to put their annual passes on a monthly payment program. They were not going to be charged from like April until the opening, and then they were going to defer their payments out till the end of their annual passes would end and whatnot. So Disney all of a sudden billed all of the monthly payments that were held back at just the other day. Like, boom, here you go, you owe us like whatever the monthly payments were. They were like, I think some were like $100 or $200 or whatever it was, and they charged that amount of money immediately to a ton of people, and then now they're refunding the annual pass holders back after making that blunder. Now, what I was thinking about was that if indeed if you had your annual pass monthly payments delayed during that time, you would not be eligible to have the extension of those months, since you're not on the end, right? But if you're paying for them at the end, then are they moved to the end? I would assume that since you're paying for them for those months, that you're going to be getting those additional months. So instead of paying for March, April, May, June, so on and so forth, now, right? Well, you couldn't go. They're going to make you pay for those at the end. Also, they're going to add those months to the end, so they'll just be extending your annual pass, your monthly annual pass out those number of months, and then you'll be paying for them then. That's where the blunder is that they were charged for those months immediately and not deferred to the end, which is really really in this hard times with the financial problems that a lot of people have. Now all of a sudden they're billed this enormous bill from Disney. Maybe they'll be maybe because of the blunder, maybe they'll get like a month off. Hopefully they'll get some type of break for being such inconvenience. um There's let's see here. There is some breaking news for the other day. Everything's breaking news every day from Disney. But more Disney transportation rules reopen at the beginning of next week. I did see which is when they start I guess two things. The monorail has been seen. I don't know if anybody's riding the monorail yet. But I have seen a few Disney YouTubers, Dev, Prince Charming Dev, was at the Bay Lake Tower, and he had seen the monorail going around there. That's where most people have seen it at the Contemporary, and have noticed that there's these dividers in the monorail cars, where they're dividing it up so that there's more social distancing, and not everybody's all crammed together in there. So that will be interesting how that works out. And also, um, there is the mini van service. The mini van service retired at Walt Disney World cast members, and the vehicle leases. It's just a rumor that the vehicle leases, the whole entire minivan service, is going to be discontinued. Now, if Disney's trying to save money, first of all, this whole service came out because they were trying to be in competition with Uber and Lyft, and it was actually part of their app was part of the Lyft app. And now with the virus and everything else like that, and picking people up in a car, and then I heard a rumor that they were going to pick people up in the that Lyft, maybe it was Lyft, had a policy that in order to do the Lyft service, you're going to have to drive with the windows down instead of the air conditioning. And who'd want to do that in the hot heat anyways? And so maybe that they're discontinuing it for now, right? The minivan service, and whatnot, and because it takes a lot of cast members, a lot of vehicles, and they won't have that many people needing the minivan service going back and forth. um so yeah, I think with a less amount of people coming to Disney World this year, I could understand that for now they're going to I would say probably temporarily discontinue the minivan service. um but the monorail, I'm sure it's gonna be there. um so that's Disney transportation there. um let's see here. um of course they're calling people back. um oh yeah, so Disney World is reducing all reusable bag prices to $1. I remember when you go to Disney World, they don't have I think they're doing that because they're not you're going to have they're not they're into using reusable bags, not the plastic bags. And then you wouldn't have any bag basically to carry your stuff in if you didn't buy the reusable bag. And what happens in Disney World, if you're at a resort, you can send the stuff back to your room. Well, if you, to defray that cost of the cost of the reusable bags, and get people to buy them, so because they're not right now because they're not offering sending your package back to your room. That's one of the services that are not happening right now. Is you're not able to, if you're at a resort, you're not able to send your packages back to your room. That's a service that right now is suspended. It's a good convenience when it works, when it's available, because you could buy something at the parks, they send it to your room, it shows up the next day or so, and it's ready for you to put back in your luggage. No worries. Kuna Matata. So, anyways, so basically, if now they're saying, well, the bags, the reusable bags, because everybody will need a bag for their stuff. They're going to have to be carrying it around, and they don't have any plastic, so they're offering for $1. $1. Yeah, just $1. Did I remind you $1 for the for the reusable bags? I don't know if that's all sizes or what, because they have different sizes of the bags, but I think they're all the same size. And it's a good, I mean, it's a good bag. To me, you can put your groceries in it when you get home. You could use it for all sorts of other things that go taking stuff wherever you're going, and to the beach or to another vacation. But reusable bags, that's a buck. You can't beat it. Dirt cheap. So that helps that out. Um, oh, let's see here. What else is going on? So. Um, there you can't wait until this next week or so, because there are going to be all sorts of openings. That's going to be great. Um, there was a thing. Here's something important, because a lot of people are buying now these masks that Disney is offering, and Disney Food Blog, who they really, I have to say, I really like the Disney Food Blog. They really dive in and get the questions for you that you want to have answered the most, like the what if. They answer a lot of questions. So from the Disney Food Blog, it says here that my mask arrived in the mail and it's too small. What do I do? So yeah, what do you do? So they Disney masks, they have released them, even though I on the store I haven't been. It says pre-order. I don't know when they're gonna be, but they just are gonna sometime soon. They're gonna be getting them to people on the Disney Shop store. Um, it says here, ask Shop Disney for a refund. According to the Disney Shop policy, they will gladly exchange, refund, or credit the purchase directly from Shop Disney if returned within 30 days of the shipping date. But our readers have had varied experiences with masks. Specifically, we've heard two scenarios so far. One, the reader let us know that the Shop Disney told her to dispose of the mask and they will refund the cost, which it makes sense. I mean, here you are, you've put the mask on. They probably just don't want it back. I mean, I don't know that I would accept that back. It'd be like wearing a pair of, well, let's just not go there, but you know what I'm saying. Um, yeah. So, and then they said that the other reader was said that they were sent a $25 gift card to replace the cost of the mask. So, refund, gift card, either way. I mean, if it got to me in the mail, because I believe you can use the gift cards on this Shop Disney. It wouldn't matter to me whatsoever which one I got, refund or gift card. Yeah, whatever. That's that's a great thing. So let's refresh this and see what we got here, because we've been going down all of them, all of the deals. So let's see here. The college program suspended. We talked about that in the beginning. Um, I did see, and I think, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but I think I did last week, that they are doing some brand new merchandise, like bringing it out where it's the exclusive. I don't want to say it's exclusive, but it's the brand new merchandise that's like for the first time in the stores. and World of Disney and stuff. So that thing where they were saying they're not having any limit, it was limited edition deals. I think they're gonna continue. They'll I think they're just gonna drop that. They're still having them come out, the limited edition stuff. Um, so they do have a lot of new stuff that's been coming out in the Disney park stores, which is really really great. I mean, they have um puzzles, and a lot of people do the puzzles. That's I found that out here on a lot of different Disney channels and stuff like that. That a lot of people are into puzzles. Um, I've never put together a puzzle, but per se, but they have a lot of new ones. They're almost like, if you put them together just right, they look just like a painting almost. It would look like they would look really great. You know, framed and stuff like that. So let's see here. That's some new merchandise that's come out. Uh, they have the let's see here. So hopefully everybody's doing good this weekend, this July the 5th after the 4th. You guys all had a great 4th of July. Um, if you missed it, and I'm sure you could find it on Facebook and watch it again. But the at the White House, regardless of what your political affiliation is, the White House had a really great um, parade of historical airplanes. I know that I'm a airplane buff, and it was something that was really enjoyable to see all of the different airplanes from the 19 from World War II all the way to today. It was something else. Some of the airplanes, like the Flying Fortress, was something that you they only have two of them, and one was flying. So that was really good to watch yesterday. Regardless of what your political standpoint is that they had that very really nice air show for everybody to watch. Here's some interesting news. It was a story that I found very interesting. It says that the rumor is that Disney is looking to erase the latest Abrams and Johnson Star Wars sequel trilogy. It says that in the episode 4:13 of Star Wars Rebels installment titled The World Between Worlds, the concept of the veil of the Force introduced a mystical dimension of the Force that connects all time and space. Um, I guess it's the latest Star Wars trilogy would no longer be considered. So they're thinking about ditching some things maybe in the future. I don't know. It says I've received confirmation from two additional sources claiming that this is spot on, that indeed Lucasfilm realizes that they have a massive problem on their hands, that Star Wars franchise is all but dead. So I think the deal is that Disney, who would like to continue on the trilogy from Star Wars, going further than the last Star Wars, that it's basically maybe a mute point to go there. Is Star Wars? I know they've been breaking things off, like they had Solo, and then which was really really great, and they had the Mandalorian, which is a really really great hit, right? So are they going to not make any more Star Wars trilogies? And after the last one, that's going to be a good question. I mean, um, are they? What are they going to do with Star Wars? Are they just gonna? That'll be it for a while, um, because after the last one, it was like, how can I say this? It was like it felt like it was the end. Um, to be honest, I mean, a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people did like it. Um, Personally, I watched it. It was really great, and it kind of brought like a closure to all of them that I've watched so far. Um, Knowing that Kylo Ren is dead, and that the Force lives on, and whatnot. And I think, and the Emperor is gone. And I'm sorry if I've, like, you know, gave it all away, but the deal is that that because all of that happened, I think Star Wars is basically dead as far as that goes. I still believe that, stories like the Mandalorian, the lineage of the Mandalorian, those break off stories of those people is great. I think that um, that's a good thing to go on. I think that breaks off into taking things that doesn't follow the same storyline of the Jedi's per se. Um, so that's something I'm looking forward to, is the Mandalorian to be further. Um, Boy, the dog here is having he's just rolling around. He's got up. He's the Lion King. We have a few dogs. So, um, let's see here. What else? That was interesting. That was going on. What did I do with that? Um, let's see here. Just kind of looking here. Oh, it says here here's some news here. The M&M, everybody's been asking, when does the M&M retail store in Disney Springs, when will it open? Everybody's been vlogging, walking past it, talking about it, wondering when it's going to open. Well, finally, they came out and they said that they're going to be opening in Disney Springs to open Thanksgiving 2020. Now, that could be prolonged depending on the situation in Florida, if they go on a lockdown or something else happens. But if they continue on working on it at the current pace, I guess it's going to be open 2020. I bet that it is going to be a really great place to be at the M&M store. I mean, look, you have the Coke store and the M&M store, and I mean, you just can't go wrong. I mean, um, I wonder if they're going to bring. I don't know. Somebody will have to let me know if they have that 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 very yucky flavor of Coke there at the Coke store. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm having a brain lock right now. Um, the challenge there that happened a few months ago. Um, but anyways, um, so now I'm trying to remember. I don't know why. How am I having a brain freeze? That's crazy. So yeah. So the M&M store, that's going to be interesting. They'll have all sorts of things. M&M. Wonder if they're going to be Disney. The M&M has a a thing with a NASCAR where they have a racer there. The Beverly, that's the name of the drink. Now it just finally came to my head. I could not remember that for some reason. It was just like it was just there inside of my head, and I could not remember. Yeah. So the Beverly drink. Do they have it at the Coke place? I don't remember. Um, that's something to remember. Is it there or not? So the M&M store. I'm looking forward to being there. Um, I don't know that M&Ms have sugarless M&Ms. That would be something that would be really really great. And does M&M have affiliated candy bars? No, that's another thing. I don't know M&M. I've never. I guess I've never researched this out. To see um, M&M. Who I think they were part of the um, M&Ms. Are they part of another company? They're owned by Mars. So Mars has several brands. Um, and they have, oh, do they have Snicker? Wait, no, come on now. They have different candy bars underneath them. So I wouldn't be surprised if the M&M store also has like little small candy bars of whatever other chocolate subsidiaries they have underneath them. Since it's going to be M&Ms. Well, I mean, that Mars has M&Ms and then whatever other little chocolate brands they have. So that would be kind of interesting that they have that. Plus, but primarily be the M&M store because I wonder how that would work. You just go around and you're like they have these bins and you just push on the bin and it would disperse you the M&Ms and then they would have like ice cream stuff made out of M&Ms, like a M&M flurry or whatever, a blizzard or whatever you want to call that. That would be really great. Or M&M brownies or M&M cookies or M&M, how you put M&Ms and all sorts of things. That would be really really great. I mean, I could just see it now. I'm envisioning the M&Ms inside of the M&M store. That's what I'm doing. I have this itch. It's very dry around here. So let's see here. That was the M&M store coming to a Disney Springs near you. Well, they're near certain people. Very sad. Very sad news. I'm sad because I've never. I think I have. I don't know that I've ever been to the Cirque du Soleil. I remember giving a plug here for Prince Charming Dev. He did an interview with one of the Cirque du Soleil acrobats, one of the male acrobats, uh, before at the end of their season, right? It was not too long ago. I think it was like that. This was in like last year, maybe 2018, maybe that he interviewed them. Maybe it was early 2019. But anyways, you'll have to go look for it on his channel. Very great interview. It was really really good. So the Cirque du Soleil has filed bankruptcy, and they have no strategy to reopen the shows, of course, because you can't have crowds. That's really sad. So if they don't come back and they just go defunct overall as an organization, what happens then to Disney World's the theater that they have for the Cirque du Soleil? Will they put concerts in there? I mean, when social events can occur again, what will they do with that space? Will they bulldoze it down, or would they put other things in there like music concerts or other shows into the space of the Cirque du Soleil? What could take its place? Or will the Cirque du Soleil just come out of retirement and say, we're back? What are you guys' opinion on that? I'd like to know about that. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think about that? That's going to be interesting. Let's see here. So we're going on 39 minutes. If you are here or watching the replay, if you can subscribe to us and mash that subscription button to support us, that is highly appreciated. And we thank you ahead of time. All right. So, One thing that's going to be continuing on is the resort airline check-in service is going to be resuming July the 12th. That's really great news for those people who are going to be flying down to Florida. If you're flying and you're coming down to Florida, even though all this stuff's going on. So also, if you did not know, the magical slash tragical express is going to be running to pick you up and take you to Disney World and take you back. Um, I have to say, I've actually rode on that bus before, and the drivers are the best. They you're happy, and they're excited for you when you're going to Walt Disney World, and when you leave, they're cheering you up. So you have to leave. Be happy, thing. Yeah. So yeah. Don't worry. Um, so that's yeah, those bus drivers are really really great people. They, you know, we should give every one of those bus drivers, all of them, including the regular bus drivers at Disney World, a great round of thanks, because they do a great job, their best job getting people around, and having to deal with a lot of stuff, especially now. They're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff. All the transportation people at Disney. Um, This could be crazy. Um, so when you go back, the Cinderella Castle will be ready. I've seen some that they're almost just completed with it. It's looking spectacular. Um, but you know, it has different colors. It looks gold, and the blue is got this the blue is a darker blue. I think it's a darker blue. It's looking really great to some people, and then there's some people who are like, why did you have to do change it? I don't understand why it can't just be the original. So are you an original person that you're upset that they've painted it again? At least at least Cinderella's castle is not a birthday cake. See, you can think of things in the positive. See, when I was there for the 25th anniversary of Disney World, the the castle, Cinderella's castle, was transformed into a a ginormous birthday cake that I just wanted to go lick and eat and have a slice of, because it looked so great. It was like, but I mean, there was no kids up there trying to eat it or nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? It looked great to me. Now, and it was kind of a cool thing. But at the same time, there was people like, why did you do that? They were very upset, very passionate about it. So there's a lot of people who are just very passionate about the castle and the way it looks, and they don't want any changes to it whatsoever. On the other hand, there are people who are really excited about the celebration of the 50th, and also the celebration of Cinderella's castle, looking like it's had a makeover and whatnot. I say just go with it. I think the magic will just take it. Once you get there and you're standing in front of it, and the fireworks go off whenever they return, or you're just standing in front of it even without the fireworks, right? And you're looking at it and you're like, I'm here, right? I think the look of the castle is going to be the last thing on your mind, like, oh, that kid, remember, just I'm really depressed now because, yeah, I mean, you could be, but I don't think that's going to happen, because the overwhelming of the magic is going to hit you. I'm just saying. Um, yeah. So, um, let's see here. I think this is when did this come out? Oh yeah. So reopening, here's some interesting things. At first they said that there's going to be limited um character meets and greets, but, well, I mean, character dinings, that's what I meant, experiences. So that so they're gonna have let's see here, the Garden Grill restaurant in Epcot is going to have the character. Let's see what happens. Well, maybe that is interesting. Another fan favorite character meal is revealed returning to Disney upon opening. Um, and the Garden Grill restaurant at Epcot's Land Pavilion will also be offering character dining starting July the 15th. And according to World, it will be offering a modified character dining experience. I'm not really sure how that's going to be working. Maybe they'll just continue to walk. They won't stop and take pictures. They'll just be making, Mickey in his antics and with, Chip and Dale and stuff. They'll just be making you know walking around and being goofy like they are. I mean, I think they'll just be providing us entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Um, hey, I just to see them there is fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? Especially like as an adult, but if you have kids, I know they'll be kind of upset that they may not, they'll be it's going to be modified to protect everybody, but you still be able to you know see them, which is means a lot to a lot of people. So, we're nearing the we're not to the end yet. Um, just putting that out there. And so that is another, let's see here. So yesterday, if you missed it, Resort TV 1 had some really great fireworks going on all night long. So if you are really a fireworks buff, you could go back and watch the replay. It was fantastic. It was one of the best it was the best fireworks stream bonanza that they ever had put on. It was yeah, it was remarkably great. So go over there to Resort TV 1 and check out their fireworks that happened, their fireworks stream. That was pretty awesome last night. And I have to say that was pretty cool. As we're looking around for some other stories, thought I would plug in a couple things that I thought that were kind of cool that were going on. And don't forget also the Thursday night NFL watch party on Pete McDivitt's channel. I am one of the coaches for one of the weeks coming up again. I was there already on it once, which was really great. I thank Pete for inviting me to be part of this, for accepting me. And the NFL watch party is about football, but also about Disney. It's really, really great. Nothing like combining great sports and also great Disney stuff with great people. It is overall a great thing, and you should go over there and watch it every Thursday at I believe it's at 9 o'clock in the evening on Pete McDivitt's channel, the Thursday night NFL watch party. Okay, let's see here. Another fan. Okay, let's see here. We already talked about that. Yeah, so if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to us. It's really appreciative again, and that's all we have today. Really appreciate everybody. Please don't go just yet. I really appreciate everybody who's who's subscribed, and if you're not a subscriber, go ahead, subscribe to support us. And this news deal happens every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Today it was a little bit later than normal. We ran shorter than an hour and whatnot. Looking forward to the next week that we're going to be seeing a lot of live streams going on. a lot of news probably coming out about, and we'll see how things go for the next week. So next Sunday we will probably have an update about and reviewing how everything worked out for all the openings. So because Saturday is the official opening, and then I think we'll have a kind of a recap of the opening too in the news show. So, all right. We do have somebody that has joined us, which is really really great. They could say who they were in the. I don't get this. I don't get to see who they are. That's the one thing that's really weird about this using StreamYards is I cannot tell who joined or who did not join. Maybe it's there, but I can't see it. No, no. Okay. Anyways, that's interesting. So if you watching the replay, uh, which will be happening here shortly, and once the videos are the videos processed here on YouTube. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys have a great rest of the weekend. And see you guys later. Have a great one. For now, thanks for watching. Bye bye.